Hi there, Angela Raspass, your guide to a wholehearted life. And what I'd like to talk to you about this week is the idea of challenging and changing your thinking so that you get more of the results that you're looking for in your life. Now, over the holidays, I did a lot of reading. It was fantastic spending that time on the beach and flicking through all the books that I wanted. But there was a couple of women in particular whose work has stood out to me, and I've brought that into my own work. One of them is Byron Katie, who does, not funnily enough, some stuff called The Work, which is all about challenging faulty thinking. Another coach, Brooke Castillo, who's in America, also looks at how to replace negative thinking habits. Well, I've grabbed ingredients from there, popped in my own experience, because I always treat myself as a guinea pig, and come up with a new concept which I'd like to share with you so that you can challenge or examine and then probably challenge your own thinking. And I want to walk you through that now. There's also an exercise sheet that you can download below this video which will help you put this into practice. So let's get started. What I've found is that when I'm getting particular results that I'm not so keen on in my business or my life, it's usually because there are some negative thoughts that are recirculating in my head. And when those negative thoughts come in, which usually are around the subject of not good enough, who do you think you are, etc., when I allow them to flourish, the inner critic, you know, that one who sits on your shoulder and has a bit of a chat about you're not going to measure up, she really gets louder. But the beauty is that you can have self-awareness. You can begin to recognize these patterns and you can make a decision to change your thinking. And when you do that, the results that you have will be far better. What I would like to do now is take you through the process just quickly of how you actually do challenge your thinking. I'll give you an example of negative patterns and then an example of a positive pattern so you can see the difference and then take yourself through the exercise. And it goes something like this. Let's say that you're reading a blog post or a magazine article and you're reading about a particular person and bang, the negative thought comes in. Oh my goodness, they're so great, I'll never be like that. Now when you have that sort of negative thought in your head, I can almost guarantee that the feelings that come as a result, because feelings always come after thoughts, those feelings that you have are negative, they're a bit down, you don't exactly feel bouncy and motivated. So when you have those feelings, the actions that you take, or rather don't take because you're unmotivated, will mean that the results in your life don't turn out the way that you'd like. Now let's flip that for a moment, and instead when you recognise that negative thought pattern coming in and the inner critic going, yeah, you're right, you are pretty crap, let's jump in straight away and stop that thinking in its tracks. Let's replace that negative thought with a positive one. Wow, that woman's amazing, and I've been doing some great stuff that's quite similar in this area. Then the positive thought creates a positive feeling. I've made so much progress in my writing or in my way I speak to my children or whatever the case may be with your goals. That positive feeling then motivates you to take action, continuing down that path. And I'm going to get back to that book today and do some more writing. That action that you've taken because of the positive feeling gets you the result that you're after, which is progress. Not perfection, but progress. So it sounds incredibly simple, but it is really important for you to practice this principle. Now, that the negative thinking patterns that we all have when life gets a bit hard, they've been racing through your head for a very long time. They're true pathways, neural pathways that are well trodden. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving you, I guess, a machete so that you can crash your way through to a new way of thinking. Because like any new habit, this will take practice. So I really encourage you to download the exercise sheet that's below this video so that you can take some time over the next week or two to catch your thoughts when that negative pattern starts to spiral, and to take the time and have the awareness to choose a new positive thought. I guarantee you the feeling, the action and the results that will come as a result of making that choice of positivity will make an enormous difference in your life and your business over time. Now, I'd love to hear the feedback of how you go with this exercise. Please pop some comments down below. Then I look forward to talking to you again soon. I'm Angela Raspass, your guide to a wholehearted life. After a while, sometimes we get that feeling of, it starts to wear off. Suddenly it's not quite so bright and shiny anymore. Perhaps you've had a few knockbacks. Perhaps some of the smaller pieces, the smaller goals within that vision have been a bit trickier to achieve than